And then she said that Megan felt bad about it and got her a place, set her up with an apartment, set her up with a place, is what she said that Megan did. Then they brought up Kelsey meeting with Tori at the hotel. And she said, I met with Tori because I had to get my stuff. And mind you, Justin had to go to Tori's house to get Megan shit. Okay, she had to go and get her shit too. And so they said, was Tori apologetic when y'all talked? She said, yeah, but he didn't say why he was apologizing. They said, didn't you say that you didn't feel safe meeting up with Tori and Quan? She said, yeah. They said, why? She said, because I didn't trust anybody at that time. And so she specified that she met outside of the hotel. She didn't go into no room with him. It wasn't nothing private. They said, didn't you say that Tori was upset about the attack on his artistry? She said, yeah. And they said, didn't you tell him that he was wrong for what he had done? And they said, didn't you tell us that he was wrong for pulling out a gun? She said, no. They said, didn't you say apologize to Megan because I'm not the only one that deserves an apology? She said, no. They said, did you say that Megan's team was being weird and you want to know why you was out the loop? And she said, I guess. I don't remember telling you that. They said, Tori apologized. You said you're wrong, right? She said, I don't remember telling you that. They said, do you remember telling us that Tori offered you a job or maybe an investment? She said, not like that word for word, but yeah. And then they said, they were asking her why she was anxious and why she felt the ways that she did. And she said that she had PTSD from the police and gunshots. They said, did you have PTSD from being attacked by Tori? She said, no. I have PTSD from the police and the hoopla around the situation, basically. They said, didn't you tell us that he offered you a job and then he offered to pay for your lawyer and that you said, I don't need anything from you? She said, yes. They said, is that what happened? She said, I can't remember. Okay. The attorneys go and talk at this point. Now it's something going on. They come back. They said, did you tell us that business offers happened over the course of a few phone calls? She said, no. They said, didn't you tell us that the offers, persisted until the charges got filed? She said, I don't remember that. They said, why did you fall out with Megan? She said, that's a good question. I don't know. They said, did you feel that Megan didn't protect you enough when she came out and people started accusing you of shooting her? She said, yes. And then they said, is the accusation that you shot Megan false? She said, yes. They said, did you shoot Megan? She said, no. They went into or tried to get into a statement that she made on Instagram. We could see the paper that they had in evidence, but the judge was fed up and said, we're done for the day and we will be back tomorrow. Kelsey has to get back on the stand in the morning and give it up. A shit show.
Yeah. Hey, listen, I think this severely drives a wedge between what the prosecutor would have hoped, that even though they don't get along, they would have had similar stories. And it seems like, I kind of asked you this already. It looked like Kelsey's using this opportunity to stick it to Meg.
It's looking like she's hiding.
It's looking
something.
like Kelsey knows.
It's looking like she's hiding something.
I don't think necessarily she's hiding. I think she's only interested in giving testimony regarding Meg Thee Stallion and her character, and Meg Thee Stallion and what she did wrong. Whether that means she shot Meg, or whether she's covering for Tori, or whether she knows it's Tori and she's not saying it. Regardless of the situation, she hates Meg way more than she hates
She
Tori.
said today in court that she was neutral as far as Megan was concerned. That's what she said. And that she was not bothered by Tori. No.
Yeah, she might say that. Her body language is saying different. She clearly does not fuck with Meg. She clearly is I think her testimony and what she's remembering and not remembering is in line with trying to let people know Meg is a liar. And if Meg is seen as a liar, Meg's reputation will take a hit for a lifetime. You get what I mean? I think it also has no, and by the way, I thought of a new theory just now, right? Perhaps the reason why she's misremembering certain shit, let's say she did do some shit wrong. And maybe let's say she did shoot Tori, or no, shoot Meg, right? The mere fact that Tori didn't tell on her, it feels like she's paying back a solid to him by not saying anything he ever did. She's basically saying he ain't getting physical at all, which maybe he's paying. Again, I remember you had said one, like they'd ask her and she was talking about like she's like some, you know, real street bitch or whatever. Maybe she's like, you know what? That nigga kept it. He kept his mouth quiet for 2 years and ain't say nothing that I did. Shit, I'm about to hold it down. Like shit, we gonna keep this shit where it is. We gonna keep it outside the courtroom because I ain't finna tell these white folks that you did nothing.
Don't. When Kelsey says I'm trying to protect myself, I don't want to incriminate myself, and she was given a certain type of immunity. I want to know why, on what basis, and what are you trying to protect, and why do you feel like you would incriminate yourself? That's what makes me feel like she's hiding something.
Well, you say hiding something. I say she knows where the narrative is and she's driving her own narrative. Because, okay, let's say she's also hiding something. What did she gain? What does she gain in basically ruining her credibility on the stand by admitting to lying only to save Tori? She admitted to lying. And because all the lies, all the things they were asking her about that she admitted were lies, were things that were meant to say, Tori did this and Tori did that. So what does it gain her? What trouble could she have been in? She can't be in any trouble. She can't be like, listen, you got immunity already. You're in no trouble, and you have no reason to take back those statements. Actually, they're giving you the immunity to repeat those statements.
Okay.
So it's really either saying, yo, she knows that she probably is responsible for what really happened, and she knows Tori spared her, and she really doesn't want anything to do with the legal process, so she's up there just not cooperating. If you get what I mean, or maybe she's like, hey, listen, I just hate Meg, and I don't give a fuck. Like I'll act dumb with the rest of the shit, but when it comes to y'all asking me about Megan, and if she was like, you know, being, you know, belligerent, or if she was like too drunk, like, yeah, I'm gonna tell y'all that. I'm gonna protect my reputation, because at first when I heard what Kelsey said that she was mad at Meg because Meg did not clear up her name, that she didn't shoot her. So maybe she's using this opportunity like, listen, I'm not here to tell y'all who shot Meg, but I'm definitely here to tell y'all that I ain't do that shit.
Right.
And leave me the fuck one out of it.
Do you think that the case can survive? Is Tory Lanez found guilty after this?
Nah. I think if tomorrow if they don't get her, which would be unprecedented, but I think today was unprecedented already. If they don't get her to reverse gears tomorrow, the only way the prosecution has to win this case is to try to come up with some proof that Tori has paid off Kelsie, and that Tori and Kelsie have, you know, they did have an intimate relationship. They have been in cahoots and against Meg for the last 2 years. And actually, it was such a plot for them to, you know, for Kelsie to come in and get an immunity deal, then flip. I don't even think these prosecutors
absolutely
are that
not. They don't
competent
have enough time. They said this is supposed to be a 10-day trial, and that it got to go home before Christmas.
Yeah.
Y'all didn't even know Kelsey was finna do this shit, do y'all dirty like she did y'all ass. Kathy Todd was hot than E motherfucker. I hope she get fucked tonight. She was mad than a bitch. No.
She look good or no? Hey, let me tell you this. The prosecutors is mad. I know they're mad at her. But you see, now I'm thinking, I'm saying, okay, what could it come down to really sink Tory? Remember, we're talking about reasonable doubt. And we have reasonable, whether the jury believes her or not, I think it's reasonable doubt enough. Shit. I think that Tory, it was a possibility that Tory should have possibly hit the stand. I don't think he needs to hit the stand anymore. But shit, if he did hit the stand, I obviously it would be he would need to prepare a lot because they're going to try to trip him up a lot. But still, I don't think he needs to do it. But if he did, I think that would also drive home the point that, man, this whole case is really trumped up, and he not only shouldn't be charged, but definitely will not or should not be found guilty. And yeah, again, we're only talking about this case. People are gonna have questions regardless. Damn, what happened that made today went the way it did? Those are questions that could be answered another time, or hopefully Kelsey later comes out, or maybe Tory to speak on it, or maybe even Meg herself. But if we're thinking about finding Tory guilty,
how? And I want to know. Now I know Kelsey has some business ventures, and she's a successful young lady. I've seen, what she's been doing for herself, and that's amazing. But she had bodyguards, and a lawyer that after people looked into him a little bit said that ain't no chump change. You got to pay that nigga to come rep you. Who in the fuck paying for all of this? Where the hell Kelsey get some bodyguards?
Hey, so apparently, when No Jumper tweeted out, and they said this was like one of the last things of the day, they said that they were offered. No, they said they asked Meg, or they asked Kelsey, if they say in the last hour of court, prosecutor asked Kelsey, "Did Tory pay for your lawyer?" She responded, "Yes." She was then asked, "Did did Tory offer to pay for your lawyer?" She said, "Yes." She was then asked, "Did Tory pay for your lawyer?" She answered, "I don't know. I can't remember." What that would tell me is that, hey, listen, I told you that